compensation plan. And I think the important thing to remember about this compensation plan is we need to learn how to use it for it to be as rewarding as it can be. So first things first, activating your income position. So you need a minimum of 200 PVs. And I'm going to look at this screen because this is where, can I make it presenter mode? Yes, Sarah, I can. But then I'm looking at it funny. I can, but then I can't see everyone's beautiful faces because then it opens up on two screens for me. So I'm going to leave it this way. Activate your income position with a minimum of 200 PV in your first 4 weeks. We all know that's how we activate our income position, right? So when a new brand partner joins, they might join on a red week, and we can go to the colors later, but I'm pretty sure everyone kind of has their head around the colors. They might join in a red week and do 100 PV. So out of that, we take 100. They still need another 100 to activate their income position. So it might be the next week in a green week that they do another 100. When we take that second 100 to activate their income position with 200 PV, that is now their color week. It's not the week they start, it's the week they finish activating their income position with 200 PVs. Right? So now their color week is green because that's the week they finalize activating that income position. Now, every green week, they require 100 PV in that color week to stay commission qualified. You're on mute, Megan.
You just said every week. Did you?
Every color week. Color week. Right, so every green week they need one. If they are green, then every green week they need 100 PV to activate that income position. Keep it commission qualified. Are we good with that? That makes sense, right? Yep. So I am going to just do it like this, Sarah. Thank you. It didn't bother my screen at all. It's very pretty. Okay, so minimum sales threshold. By selling or buying 100 PV of products every 4 weeks, you stay commission qualified. If you have multiple income positions, you need 200 PV to make all of those income positions commission qualified. All right, we're going to get to income positions later and explain them. If you only have 100 PV so you've got one initial color week, by the way. So if you're green and you only have 100 PV in the green week, and then the next week you get another 100, then you've activated both income positions. But for keeping it basic, we're talking about 100 PV for one income position every color week of yours, which may be green. All right. Now so we all understand the 100 PV commission qualified, right? Beautiful. All right. Now we're going to go on to business levels. Actually, before I do that, let's go back here. So that 100 PV will keep you commission qualified for new volume bonus, base commissions, savings bonus, income position bonus, and all the parts of the compensation plan. Your subscription, so you need a subscription running in your back office, right, at all times. That subscription will keep you qualified for retail profits and discounts. So these are two things that work together, but they are separate. So if you have your subscription running and 100 PV every color week, so every month, right, you are commission qualified for all parts of the compensation plan. Now, if your subscription is in your green week and it's only 20 PV, that's okay, as long as you have 80 PV coming from customer, or maybe you place another order later in the week, right? So as long as you have a subscription running and 100 PV, they can be one in the same, you're good to go. You're commission qualified for all aspects, right? Good, beautiful. I've just realized my chat is no longer open. What if they keep their commission qualification through their subscription, but there is an issue with subscription? So generally what happens if they have an issue with subscription, so if their subscription, let's say it fails on the Saturday, right, it gets retried again on the Wednesday. If that subscription fails again and they're not commission qualified, they do have until Friday midnight to get commission qualified for that week. So it may look like during the week they're not commission qualified. As long as they rectify that before the week closes, that's okay. What if the brand partner has not purchased anything yet Is their ability to be activated null and void? No, they do still have, they can still, but they won't get things like the discount and the retail profits and stuff until they are activated. So if somebody signs up and doesn't put an order in, they have 4 weeks. We give them 4 weeks grace to put their order in. In that 4 weeks, they are still earning retail profits and they can still get the discount. That is a courtesy that we give them. They need to get commission qualified by the end of the 4 weeks with their 200 points. If they're not, they lose. There's no commission, there's no discount, there's no retail incentive until they activate. Does that make sense? Have I explained that properly? Right? So we give everybody 4 weeks. That's our courtesy period. And then after the 4 weeks, they will lose any kind of compensation from us. All right, all good. So let's talk about business levels now. There are 4 business levels: activated, which is activating their business, business at 500 PV, elite at 1,000 PV, and ultimate at 1,500, right? So every PartnerCo product has a point value, which is where you see your PV, and these are used to calculate commissions later on. So this is how they're going to activate their business. Your business level is determined by volume you accumulate in your first 4 Fridays. Very important that we talk about first 4 Fridays here, not first 4 weeks, because if you join on a Friday, that is your first Friday. So essentially you have 3 weeks, right? If you join on the Thursday, the next day is your first Friday. So essentially you have 3 weeks and a day. Okay, so very important to know it's not first 4 weeks, it's first 4 Fridays. Brand partners can accumulate this volume by either buying or selling. So purchasing yourself or selling. All right. All right. Checking the comments as I'm going. So these are your business levels and this is what you get. So if you're activated, you had 200 PV, you're getting 2 pay lines to initially start with. You're getting 15% new volume bonus and you're not getting gold status. If you are business, 500 PVs, 3 pay lines, 20%, no gold status. Elite is 1,000 PV, 4 pay lines open in that income position, or 4 lines open in that income position, and 25%. And then ultimate is 1,500. We give you 5 lines, 30% new volume bonus, and your gold status. All right, we know how that works. So your qualification period. The PartnerCo compensation plan is paid weekly. Who likes getting paid weekly? I like my money in my bank account every week. Absolutely. So qualification period starts at midnight on the Saturday and goes till midnight on the Friday. Right? So it's a bit funny, but we work Saturday to Friday. Or really Saturday to Saturday. Commission runs on Tuesday and you are paid on Friday the previous week. The really cool thing about this is we have something called flex time. Have you guys heard of flex time? All right, so flex time is the week closes on Friday. So right now we're in week 29. Tonight at midnight, week 29 will close. Week 30 will start tomorrow. Now, let's say you get a big order tomorrow and you really wanted it to go into week 29. You can hit the little flex time button and move the order back into the previous week, right? So you can do that up until Monday, 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That allows you to, hey, I was super close to XYZ and now I got that order over the weekend. I'm going to flex it back into the previous week, right? The way you do that is going into your back office, going into your orders, and going to the order. There'll be like a little rewind, a blue little rewind emoji. Click it and it will automatically and instantaneously move it. Okay, so that's flex time. Now, we have 9 ways to get paid. So we're going to go through each of these except for loyalty shopping. All right, so the first way you get paid is in retail profits. So sell your favorite PartnerCo products at the full price and earn 30% in retail profits, right? So that's pretty cool. We're earning money on money, which is awesome because we don't have to think about PV here. This is just dollar for dollar. So you must have a subscription running to be eligible for this. We discussed that before. Subscription flex time can be used up until Monday. What time? 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Okay, that's important to note because that is actually works off US time. So when our daylight savings changes, that time changes. All right, so we discussed before about subscriptions. So subscriptions making you eligible for retail profits. So here, when you sell something to a customer, let's say your price, you sell it for $130. Your price is $100. You're going to get $30 retail profit, right? So you're getting 30 if you're selling at retail price. We all get that, right? So that is money in your pocket for every single sale. You can offer your customers a promo code, or you can create a smart link and put a promo code in that smart link, or you can make a smart link. You can put a subscription in that smart link. Do not click promo code at the same time, because then you're giving them double, right? But so you can do that and give them a 15% discount. In that case, you're only earning 15%, not 30%. All good, makes sense, retail profits. So you can share your discount promo code, give 15% off. That's awesome. We're getting that. Now we move into the new volume bonus section. So this is one that we need a little bit more, I want to spend a little bit more time on new volume bonus. Go new volume bonus now. So new volume bonus is paid on purchases made by customers and your personally sponsored brand partners in their first 4 weeks. All right. The higher your business level, the higher the potential to earn. So if you are sitting at elite, you're getting 25% new volume bonus. If you're sitting at business, you're getting 20% new volume bonus. This new volume bonus is paid on the PV. All right. Actually, I'm going to get to that. Let's just keep going. When you enroll a new brand partner, did you guys know that when you enroll a new brand partner and they're working through these levels, so they start in the business, they have to get through their first 4 weeks to start getting paid the new volume bonus. However, you get paid their new volume bonus during their first 4 weeks or until they hit ultimate. So if you have an absolute superstar that goes ultimate in their second week, right, then they're going to start getting paid their 30% new volume bonus from that time. However, if they use their whole 4 weeks to go ultimate, then they get paid their new volume bonus after their first 4 weeks finished. But you are going to get their new volume bonus in that time while they are kind of securing their business level. All right, does that make sense? Subscription must be 100 PV, correct? No, your subscription doesn't need to be 100 PV. Your subscription can be any PV you want it to be, right? But you must have 100 PV in that color week by the end of the color week. So your subscription, so Megan's put here, your customer could have 50 PVs and your subscription could be 50 PVs. That gets you to 100. Yeah? All right. So when you enroll a new brand partner, you receive part of their, you receive the new volume bonus for their first 4 weeks or until they achieve ultimate. Let's have a look how new volume works. This is you here. This is me. I'm activated. I got 15%. Okay. I have a customer or new brand partner. That customer spends 100 PV. I'm getting 15% of that. So I'm getting $15 in new volume bonus. What's really important to remember is that that's US $15. We're in Australia. So we get that conversion rate. At the moment, the pegged conversion rate is like 1.3, right? So it's actually not $15. It is more because it then gets converted. All right. So when you're adding this up on your phone and you're going, okay, cool. So that's 200 PV order. I'm getting 15%. That's $30 in my pocket. That's $30 US dollars. So we need to convert that into Australian dollars, right? When you look at your back office, Megan looks like she's confused about what I just said. When you look in your back office where it says new volume bonus, that is already corrected and converted to Australian dollars. Yes, you're right. Your back office shows you Australian dollars. But if you're calculating in your head and you'll go, and this is what's happened, a lot of people are like, I should be getting $15. Then they look in their back office, they're like, why does it say $18? Right? Because we're paying you on Australian dollars. You're seeing your back office in Australian dollars. But just important to note, if you're calculating in your head and you're calculating it like this, then you're calculating US dollars. Does that make sense? No. All right. So anything that's calculated on PV is US, and we're going to get to a little bit more about that as well. All right. So this is another example. You are now ultimate in your business. You have 100 PV. customer, times that by 30%, you're going to get $30 new volume bonus. That new volume bonus, again, that $30 is US dollars. It needs to convert to Australian. It will convert to Australian in your back office. You will see it in Australian dollars. But if you're trying to, in your head, go, that was a 100 PV order, why is that saying $35 in my new volume bonus? It's because we've converted it for you in your back office. Megan, is that clear?
Yes, but that's not what I thought. I thought it was all converted with Australian dollars. So just say you got 30% PV, it was $230 order, you got 30%, it's about $29.84. So it converts into Australian, not American. Because if it was American, it would be about $40.
So it starts at US and we convert it into Australian for you when you see it in your back office, right? So let's say, and I'm getting my calculator out here, we're going to use this example, right? So 100 PV times 30% is $30. We're going to times that by 1.3. So you're actually getting paid $39. Not clear?
We're not getting paid $39. We're getting paid about $29.
You'll say you're getting paid less.
Yeah, we're getting, it's all in Australian. Nothing is in American.
Your back office shows it in Australian dollars, correct? But it is a higher, you're getting actually paid a higher rate. It's like when we talk about, let's think of the savings bonus, $10,000 in savings bonus, you're actually getting more than that 10,000. Same, right? We'll come back to that. Sarah, can you make a note that we need, that we'll come back to that?
Jen, and
right.
Megan, Megan, if you've got an example of that, let's get it to Jen and show her, just so that if there is something that's we're not getting converted from American, let's show Jen if that's the case. If you've seen something more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll get Sarah to make note of it so I can come back to it. And Megan, we can have a little bit of a look.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right, cool. So new volume bonus. If the volume purchased by your customer or your brand partner exceeds your business level, we're going to pay you at that corresponding level, right? So let's say, for instance, you're activated and you have a customer who comes and purchases 1,500 PV, right, in one order. We're going to pay you as if you're ultimate, right? Because they purchased at like an ultimate level. So we're giving you that extra 15% there. All right, so that's a really good one to know. If you've got a brand partner that comes in, they do one big order at 1,500. Now I'm activated, I'm only getting 15%, but this person has come in and spent 1,500 PV. I'm going to get paid at the ultimate level. Right, cool. All right, so a couple of things to know. New volume bonus is paid on customer sales after your first 4 weeks or when you reach ultimate, whichever one comes first. That's a good one to know for your new people that come on board. Your new volume does not auto balance into your pay lines, right? So this is for you yourself as a brand partner. So let's say that week I have 400 PV from my customers. 200 of that is from new customers and 200 is from existing customers. So on 200 PV, I'm getting paid new volume bonus. The other 200 PV will auto balance into my pay line at the end of the week and I'll get paid base commission off it. Right. Now, it is let's say it's someone in your downline. I guess this is really good to know. Someone in your downline has new volume. Doesn't matter if it's new volume or old volume. You see that volume as volume. When you're looking at your downline, it doesn't matter to you if it's new volume or old volume. It's still volume that flows up into your line, right, for your base commission. However, me, Jen Vito, if I had 2,000 PV that week, right? I had a great week. 2,000 PV, 1,000 of that is new volume. I'm going to get paid 30% new volume bonus. And then the other 1,000 of that is going to go into my pay line. And at the end of the week, it's going to auto balance. And at the end of the week, I'm going to get paid base commission on that. So I got paid. Annika, you're cutting out, love. I think
Jen, I think this is really important for the pod, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm halfway to Noosa. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit, but it's okay. I can hear you.
I was just going to say, how great is that we're double dipping from our pod?
Absolutely.
So you get paid on your whatever you're selling, as well as you're double dipping when it goes and flows over into your base commission.
Absolutely. And I have a whole section on auto balancing, and what I want to make sure we're really getting it right. So your new volume, your sales that auto balance, we're going to get to auto balancing and tell you all about how it works. But when it auto balances into your pay lines, you're going to get base commission from it. You're going to get savings bonus from it. You're going to, you're going to optimize your income positions and get that extra bonus from it as well. So the fact that you're getting paid retail incentive and then an extra 15% when it gets into your lines is amazing. And I have a whole section on auto balancing that we're going to go through. You don't earn new volume bonus on your qualifying PV, okay? So if it's your color week, so it's green that particular week, and you've done 100 PV from a customer, and that 100 PV is new volume, but we need that 100 PV to qualify you, you won't get paid new volume on it. All right? So we don't get paid new volume bonus on qualifying PV. Qualifying PV also doesn't go into your lines. It doesn't auto balance. Qualifying PV qualifies you for the compensation plan. So we just got to always remember that 100 PV
Marcia, come here.
will remain separate. All right. So let's keep going. All right, recapping. You're going to earn from sales from new customers and new brand partners in their first 4 weeks with you. The higher your business level, the higher percentage. And we've seen all the business levels. That's awesome. The next way you get paid is a base commission. So auto balancing is in this section here. So let's have a look at some examples of your base commissions. Your income position is your spot in the PartnerCo network. That is you at the top. You're activated. It allows you to get paid week after week. As you build your team of brand partners, they're going to be placed into lines with open positions. You can add new brand partners. You can add new brand partners to existing teams, so you can build deep, or you can place them in new lines when they come available to build wide. What that means is if you're ultimate, we've given you 5 lines to start with. So you can start filling all those lines with your brand partners, right? And start building all your lines. You could build 2 lines to start with, your pay line and your power line. We're going to talk about that. Or you can build 3 lines. You can have 1 power line. You can start building 2 pay lines, etc. Right? So you can place people wherever you want. You can build wide or you can build deep. There's benefits to all of it. So as you build your team of brand partners, they're going to be placed into lines with open positions. You can add new brand partners to existing teams by building deep, or you can place them in new lines when they come available. Each brand partner can also acquire new customers, which increases your volume. That's very simple to understand. Building infinitely deep and infinitely wide is exclusive. It's awesome. All right, cool. Let's have a look. Let's talk about pay lines and power lines because this is really important to understand. So let's say this top line here. Can you see my arrow? My arrow shows on my screen, doesn't it? Okay. So this here is my power line. I have 2,000 PV in my power line, right? This one here is my first pay line. There's 1,000 PV in there. This is my second pay line of 1,500 PV, right? What's going to happen? Sales from your team accumulate throughout the week. The line with the most volume is your power line. Important to know, it's not always going to remain the same line. It can change. So this is, let's say this is Megan, this is me, and this is Sarah. Megan is the power line this week. Next week, Sarah's having a great week, you know. Sarah can turn into the power line. So the power line can change depending on which line is strongest. What we often see is power lines built really strong, right? And because they're having great carryover, it doesn't move as often. However, if you're building your lines equally, they're going to, at the start of your business, move around depending on who you're paying your power line is, if you're building them equally, right? Okay, so if my power line is 2,000 PV and my pay lines together are 2,500 PV, I'm going to get paid base commission off my pay lines, right? So the base commission of 2,500 PV is $375, right? Then what's going to happen? So you've earned, this is another example actually. So that power line is 2,000 PV and the pay line is 1,000. I'm getting 1,000 PV. Base commissions are paid. As base commissions are paid out, the volume is removed from both lines. So at the end of the week, what happens in this particular example is we've paid you 1,000 PV. So the 1,000 is going to take away from your pay line. Your pay line now becomes 0. Your 1,000 is also, because we paid it out, so it's going to be taken away from your pay line. So we're going to leave you with 1,000 PV in that power line for next week. I think that's important, and I'm going to go back a step. Let's go to this example here. Let's go to this example quickly, right? So this pay line is 1,000 PV. This one is 1,500. I paid you, I didn't pay you. The company paid you 2,500 PV. So we're going to take it away from this, but we're not going to take you down to a minus. So you're just a 0, right? So someone said to me, oh, but my pay lines together is more than my power line. We're not going to take you down to 0. It just means there's no carryover, right? However, in this example here, there is carryover because this 1,000 gets paid out. It gets taken away from here. And this power line, this is Megan. She's on fire. Next week, she starts with 1,000 PV. Right? But then Sarah might come through and Sarah does 3,000 PV in the first day. Well, Megan now becomes the pay line because Sarah's gone above her as the power line, and Megan has that extra carryover volume that we're still going to pay her on now because her line's swapped, right? So if you've got a really strong power line, what you're going to start to notice is you're going to get carryover every week, right? And so we're not deleting that volume. We're not taking it away from your power lines. It'll carry over into the next weeks. What doesn't happen is when you optimize your line. So we lost 1,000 points on the second example. So on this example here, you got paid for the 1,000 PV. So we take it off your power line and we're actually giving you the 1,000 to take to the next week. All right. So let's say both lines were optimized at 13,334, because that's when we optimize a line. We optimize at 13,334. Let me get to this bit actually. All right, so we understand how that carries over. Now, each week we optimize a line at 13,334. That is the maximum payout of that line, which is 2,000 USD. Okay, so we're paying that line out at 2,000 USD. What's going to happen is that's a power line. The rest of the volume in there, obviously you don't get paid for your power line, you get paid for the pay line. Sorry, I've got something popping. Oh. Okay, so let's say you optimize your pay line at 13,334. If there's extra volume in there, you don't get paid for that extra volume because you optimized at 13,334. But if your power line and your pay line are both at 13,334, that's when you're going to start getting paid your income position bonuses. All right, so we're going to get to income position bonuses, and there's a lot of money in income position bonuses, and there's also a lot of money in pay line bonuses. So when you optimize more than one line, you're going to get paid some extra bonuses. All right, so let's do a little recap, and then maybe we can do some examples. All right, so base commissions are 15% of all the volume generated from all your pay lines, up to 2,000 USD per line per week. I love that you guys get paid weekly. Any remaining difference in your power line is carried over to the next commission period, right? Do the base commissions in this understanding make sense? I'm just watching for a couple of nods, yeah? Did you want me to maybe go through another example of it, or are we pretty confident we understand? So if you have if you have 4 pay lines, and each one of those pay lines, we've got 4 lines, each one has 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 PVs in there, you're getting paid 15% for all of them, 2, 4, 6, 8,000. My power line is 10,000 PV. We're going to pay you for your pay lines, then we're going to take 10,000 from your power line, that's 8,000 from your power line, leaving your power line with 2,000 PV to go into the next week. It starts with that leftover PV. All right. Optimization, which is what I mentioned a second ago. So when your sales volume reaches 13,334, which is $2,000, right, paid out, On 2 or more lines, you have now optimized. So your power line is always going to hit 13,334 first because that's your power line, right? When your pay line, one of your pay lines hits 13,334, hurrah, you've optimized your business, okay? Loving seeing that. This produces a new line and a new income position. And you have both, right? So your new line places in the current income position with your new income position, which is your re-entry. You can choose when you trigger that. You don't have to trigger that straight away. Our system knows that you have a new income position, and we wait for you to let us know when you want to trigger that income position. That income position can only go into the line that produced it, right? And it has to be a pay line. We don't put income positions in power lines unless it's a different type, which we can talk about later, right? So when you get a new income position, we're going to put that into the pay, well, you can choose to put that into the pay line that it came out of. So hypothetically, if Jane has a very deep power line with the excess optimizing her pay line 1, does that excess? Do you want to unmute and ask me that, Louise?
So what I was wondering, I'm trying to get my head around it.
Yeah.
All right, so say you have a very deep power line.
Yep.
And the excess is optimizing the pay line number 1.
Your power,
So
your power
say,
line.
yeah, so whatever is left over, once you've got to 1, 3, 3, 4, whatever is left over is coming into your pay line. But that pay line's growing very, it's just hypothetically, that pay line's growing very quickly. And so it actually reaches 1, 3, 3, 4. So does the excess from the power line and the pay line 1 go into pay line 2?
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, what you're asking makes sense, but not quite right. So
yeah,
power lines, when you optimize your power line at 13,334, nothing happens to that volume after that. It stays. Let's say your next pay line is 10,000. That's your power line. Your pay line is 10,000 PV. When we pay you out off that, we take that away from your 13,334, so you're carried over with 334.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that stays in the line it carried over from. It doesn't go into any other line. It won't generate any extra income in any other line. It stays in the line it came from. And it carries over. Only power lines carry over. There is no carryover in pay lines.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
Right? So when your pay line hits 13,334, let's say it goes to 14,334, that extra 1,000, we don't pay on that extra 1,000 because we only pay up to 13,334. However, this line's 13,334 and this line is 13,334. You've now optimized. Hurrah, you're going to get an optimization bonus, which we'll get to. It's in this amazing presentation. And we get matching bonus in power line, so it's not wasted. Absolutely. You get matching bonus from your whole business, and we'll get to matching bonus. What if the power line goes past 13,334 and goes to 1,700? The power line can go to whatever it wants to go because we don't pay on a power line. So your power line could be 1,700. Awesome. It's 1,700. It continues to grow. Let's say your power line is 1,700 and your pay line is 10,000. We take 10,000 off 1,700 and your power line will start at 7,000 the next week. Right? All right. So this is called optimization. So now what you can do here, so you've got 2 lines fully optimized. Amazing. We've given you a new line. Now you've got your ultimate, so you've already got 5 lines. This is opening up a 6th line for you. And then a 7th line for you. And you can choose where you put those lines, right? And you can also choose where you put your income positions. So you can start building that new line instantly. There is no limit on the number of lines you can build. This is called building wide. Now, remember with that new line, and I tend to like this idea, right? So in my first income position, I have a power line. So I'm going to keep building those pay lines in my first income position because I'm getting paid for them, right? So I'm going to, and if I can build them infinitely wide, and every time I optimize another one, they give me another one, I'm going to keep building those amazing lines. Then you're also getting these re-entries. Now, if line 2 gave me my re-entry, then my re-entry needs to go somewhere in line 2. That is my pay line. Re-entries can only go into pay lines and can only go into the pay line that produced them, right? So new income positions can be placed anywhere under the optimized pay line. It cannot be placed under your power line. This is called a re-entry. So you can start building this. Re-entering is used to strategically build with existing team members. So let's say I am the pay line, right? I'm the top. This is me. I just got a new income position. Megan is the line who gave me this new income position. So, hey, Megan, I'm going to pop this new income position under you. We're actually going to pop it here, and you're going to help me build it. You're going to build the power line aspect of it because it feeds up into Megan's business anyway. I'm going to build the pay line of it. Together, we're both going to benefit as this volume comes up the funnel. Does that make sense? So I can only put these re-entries into the line of the person who produced it, or into the line that produced it, not the person, the line. All right, re-entries are used to strategically build. This is called building deep. I'm going to stop because I had some confused faces and I want to ask
there, sorry.
Yeah.
If that line's already optimized though at 13,334, what would be the benefit of doing this?
So it's optimized for me at 13,334. This is a brand new income position. So I can again build a pay line and a power line at 13,334 each and be paid again off that pay line. So it's like a brand. Okay, so have a look at it here.
Confused.
Right? It's okay. Let me go back a slide. Let's go to here. So this line is my pay line and it's optimized at 13,334. This is my new re-entry. So in this new re-entry, it's going under Megan, right? This here could be a whole new pay line for you. So you've got one power line, where's my mouse? One power line and two pay lines. So as you build these pay lines, you're getting paid off them again. It is you again. It is basically your business again somewhere else in the business.
In that pay line though,
In
not
that-
a new leg.
Not a new leg. The new leg was the option that you got before and you get that every time.
Yeah.
That's here.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So you can build infinitely wide using the same power line to get paid on these pay lines. Your new income, look, if I was you, I would be building one income position really strong, right? I would be building all of you get given, if you are ultimate, you'll get given 5 lines. One is a power line, 4 are pay lines. I would be building those 4 pay lines really strong before I start bringing in new income positions.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right? So when you optimize 2 lines, we give you another one. So you could have like 4 lines going and 2 are optimized, you know, the other ones are sitting about 8,000, 3,000, 2,000, bringing in another new line. You have the opportunity to start building that and continuing to get paid in that same income position. Right? So a couple of words we need to remember. Income position is you at the top of the head. This is you here. And then these are your lines, your pay lines. You got one power line and as many pay lines as you want in that first income position. That power line is like your steady power line and you get paid off of all the other pay lines in that income position. All right.
When I need to know, I'll come back to you.
Pardon?
I said, when we're up to that, I'll come back
And
to
you know what? I think that's a good idea.
And this is probably not relevant for a lot. Yeah.
I said to Megan when we were talking about doing this training that this is really good to know when we get there, right? But building your pay lines now, and Annika, I know you're driving, but correct me if I'm wrong here. Building your pay lines now really strong is key to your business, right? And then
is my okay?
Yep, all good.
Can you guys hear me all right? All right.
Yes.
So for us, the aim of the game is optimize 2 lines.
Yes.
So if they can get their lines, their power line and their pay line, the 2 of them optimizing, then they're going to get that 2,000 USD bonus. That's what we want them to see. And then if they're getting their strong pay line, then we start third of like building that. But if you've got like 1 power line and 4 pay lines doing 2,000 and one's flailing, like essentially we want 2 optimized lines. So if for us, like we want to build our power line, which I know a lot of people have optimized already, which has just had that flow over from each week, which is fantastic. Like, don't think of what's been left or, oh, my line's optimized start of the week. Fantastic. That means that your whole efforts can go into that pay line. Your whole aim of the game is just chasing volume to get 2 optimized lines, to be called a senior, I think it's senior officer, and that you then can get on 2,000 USD, which is, you know, like you've got that's big money.
Absolutely, 2,000 USD is huge. And once you've optimized those 2 lines, then you're getting this income position bonus, which we're going to get to. And then the next line that you optimize, you're going to start getting pay line bonuses as well. So, so new re-entries, we've discussed that. I really feel like when we hit this point, we can do more training on income positions. Right now, we're building pay lines, like Annika said. Got your power line, you're building it strong. Got your first pay line, building it strong. Once that optimizes, keep optimizing those lines in your first income position. All right. Auto balancing, and we're going to get to the other bonuses later, but auto balancing is important in this area because this is also talking about your pay lines. So when you have more than 100 PV from personal customer orders, which is the amount you need to stay commission qualified, we're going to balance that extra volume for you into your lines to optimize your pay. Okay, this means that you can earn retail and base commissions at the same time. So Vito, I have $2,000, 2,000 PV from my customers this week. I'm getting paid retail volume for that. And these are all reoccurring customers. I'm getting paid retail profits, but then at the end of the week, the system is going to, and this is automatic, this system is going to say, hey, where are we going to put this 2,000 so that Jennifer gets paid again in her base commissions? So I'm going to pay another 15% on what I've already been paid on that volume. All right, so getting paid twice for the same volume is huge. Right, new volume bonus doesn't auto balance into your pay lines. So what are some benefits of having your volume in your pay lines? First one is obviously base commissions. So your base commission is based on everything in your pay lines, 15%, which we went through. Then we're also looking at savings bonus. So when you earn $250, and we're going to get to savings bonus, but when you earn $250 US in base commissions, then we're going to start putting another 15% of that away in a savings bonus. Having this flowing into your pay lines is also going to mean you're optimizing your lines, which Annika said for you guys, it is so important to be optimizing 2 lines. So if your sales, your personal PV then goes into your pay lines, you have a higher chance of optimizing those lines every week. Income position bonuses, pay line bonuses, all that kind of stuff is based on your pay lines. All right. So does auto balancing make sense? And people have asked me, like, can I see how it happens, or can I choose where it balances? The systems at PartnerCo are so sophisticated that they will always balance your value in the best possible places. Okay, it is never going to get auto balanced into your power lines. It is always going to go into your pay lines to make sure you get paid the most off that volume. All right. All right, other ways to earn. This is extra cash for you on the side. I'm just checking if I've missed anything. That's 2,000 USD a week. That is right. It is 2,000 USD a week. So when that converts, you're getting extra. When you max out 2 lines, exactly. So when you, Saru, it's okay. Numbers are hard, and you know what? Something I learned very early on in this business, but in any of my previous businesses, we're not going to know everything straight away. Right? We're only 3 months in. When you had a newborn baby that was 3 months, did you know everything you needed to know about that newborn baby? No. This is your baby. All we need to do is nourish it and grow it and build it and love it. And we will learn everything about it as we go. Okay? It's very hard to learn everything straight away. Right? So we're going to get there together. And
I think it's important though. I think it's important to always think, guys, we're not worried about team leaders, splits. We're not building and giving volume to other people to reach our own criteria now. The aim of the game is we're just chasing volume. volume in the lines. That's it. 13,334. Did I make it? Did I not make it? If I didn't, I got to keep working. I got to keep recruiting. I've got to show my teams on how to build their pods. It's so much easier in this compensation plan. I need to find a way to optimize my power line, my pay line. And when I'm close to optimizing that pay line, start your third. And then once you optimize three lines, you're at CEO. Like this is great. We're not worried about splits. You don't have to be a mathematical genius for this anymore. We're just chasing PV for these massive titles.
I love that.
So
And I
that's my
love
piece.
Saru said, I've never understood my previous one either, so it's okay. Annika is 100% right. Just keep chasing that PV, getting those PVs into those pay lines, and optimize because you get paid the extra bonuses when you optimize your lines as well. All right, let's have a look at savings bonus. So max it out, extend our learning as we grow. Absolutely. All right, so let's have a look at savings bonus. So when you earn $250 USD or more in a week, we're going to bank an extra 15% of it. Sorry. We're going to bank an extra 15% of that into a savings account for you, right? So base commission, let's say you got $2,000 in base commissions, right? Times that by 15%, that's $300 in the bank waiting for you, right? I love this. I heard the analogy the other day. Instead of giving you extra, that word is extra, Annika, absolutely. Someone said it the other day about a car bonus. Like some companies do car bonuses and you work and you work and you work and then they give you a car, which is amazing, except I have a car. I have to sell my other car because you've just given me this car. Do you know what I mean? Which happened to me. So I did exactly that. I got a car, I sold a car, and then I lost the business and I lost the car. So it's actually, I love that this is money in your pocket, right? $300, this is a bonus that we're going to bank for you. All right, once you have earned $10,000 in your savings bonus, we're going to give it to you. Now that's 10,000 USD. Okay, so your savings bonus will continue to save up to $500 each week as long as you stay commission qualified. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pay you out in one lump sum, $10,000 in your, that's USD by the way, that's more than $10,000 in your pocket when we pay this out, right? Amazing. What are you going to do with an extra, what does it work out to be, like $15,000? I'm really bad at like the conversion. That's a lot of money in your pocket. Go buy a car. I'll be putting that on my mortgage or like booking a cruise away. This is phenomenal. All right. So that once you get paid this all at once, amazing. Now, after this big day, what we're going to do is we're going to then start saving it for you and giving it to you monthly. So it doesn't just stop when you hit $10,000, right? And you get paid out that 13,000 AUD. Thank you, Tracy. Ooh, give me 13,000 USD. Oh, I'm not part of this, am I? I'm going to come join you guys. Who wants me in their line? Okay, so once we've paid you out that big one, then what we're going to do is we're going to pay you monthly. Okay, so this doesn't stop. This continues to pay you out that extra every month, which is amazing. I'm not leaving, Sarah. All right, what are you going to do with the extra $2,000 a month? I know what I'd be doing with the extra $2,000 a month. Probably paying off my mortgage. All right, so income position bonus. Let's have a chat about this. Annika said the importance here is optimizing two lines. When you optimize your pay line and your power line, you have now optimized your first income position. So we set aside 2% of worldwide PV into an income position bonus pool. Every income position that you optimize, two lines, 13,334, you're going to earn shares of this bonus. So when people say, oh, but I just optimized my two lines and now like I only got paid, the $2,000 for optimizing that first line. First of all, amazing, congratulations. And guess what? Now we're actually going to give you more money for optimizing those lines. So for every line you optimize, you're going to get 2 shares, and this is exponential, right? So let's say here, one line, one income position optimized, you're getting 2 shares. This is an average, right? So when this was created, we developed an average because it changes every week because we don't know what the PV is going to be for worldwide sales that week. But on average, we're going to give you 2 shares for sure. On average, that's $200 per share. That's a bonus of $400 for optimizing that income position. All right? Let's say you optimize 2 income positions. Now, this is later down the track, but still really good to know. When you optimize 2 income positions, we're going to give you those 2 shares initially. Then we're going to double it. We're going to give you another 4 shares. So for 2 income positions, you're getting 6 shares at $1,200. Right? Average, US. 3 income positions, you're going to have the 2. You're going to have the 4. You're going to have the 6. Which equals 12 shares USD, all right? 12 shares in USD, 2,400 for optimizing 3 lines, 3 income positions. Yeah, let's hustle, Cheryl. Optimizing income positions, each income position you optimize gets you 2 shares exponentially, which means it continues to grow and grow and grow and grow. That's income positions. But what happens when I optimize my pay lines? You also do get, this is $1 million business, gang. It absolutely is, Annika. This compensation plan goes so deep that there's so much to be paid out on here. We just need to make sure that we understand it. And that's what I'm here for. Sarah's here for, Ryan, Alana. We're all here to make sure, Bianca, we're all here to make sure that you guys are winning in this business. All right. So pay line bonuses. Like income position bonuses, we're going to set aside another 1% of worldwide PV into a pay line bonus pool. Each optimized pay line in a week after your first 2 pay lines earns you another share of this bonus. Okay, so again, no extra work, just money for what you're already doing. So when you optimize 2 lines, your next one gets you a share in this. Okay, so very important. After your first 2 pay lines, then you're going to earn a share in this bonus. All right, let's have a look at what this bonus looks like. So 1 more pay line optimized. We're starting with 2. 2 already optimized. 1 more pay line optimized gives you 2 shares, roughly $250 a share. That's a bonus of $500 USD. Right? I love this. Does that make sense? Let's stop there before we get to matching bonus, because that's another really good one. Does pay line bonus and optimization bonus make sense? I've got Louise, got Tracy. Okay, beautiful. Love it. Now, matching bonus. This is a really cool way to make extra money. Again, extra, because you got paid retail profits, then you've got some new volume bonus within there. What didn't give you new bonus got auto balanced into your pay lines. Then from your base commission, which auto balance into your pay lines, you're going to get savings bonus. Then we're optimizing, and then we've got matching bonuses. Now let's have a look. The more you help your team grow, the more you're going to earn. You're going to make a percentage of all base commission earned by your team up to 7 generations. Now, what's important to know here is you must have gold status. Is everybody here gold? When you go ultimate, you go gold, right? The really important thing to know is that you want all your team to be ultimate so that they're gold, because this is the only way you get paid on this is if you have gold status, okay? This will end up your biggest pay down the track, absolutely. And I have seen this in real life. I've seen, some really big, some teams who are earning, their teams are all earning base commissions, and you're earning parts. This matching bonus from everyone else's base commissions is amazing. Pays you for your hard work. That's what this one does. So let's have a look how it works. That's 7 generations of brand partners, including partners you sponsor and the ones they sponsor too, right? So matching bonus, you need gold status to earn this. You get gold status from going ultimate, but the other way you get gold status is in your first 8 weeks, you are here. You need to have 4 brand partners or customers at 200 PV per week, 200 PV per order, to get gold status, and you have 8 weeks to do it. Important thing to know, 1 needs to be a new brand partner. The other 3 can be customers. So that is 4 customers or brand partners at 200 PV gets you ultimate in your first, it gets you gold in your first 8 weeks in the business. Okay.
Or Jen, they can split that up, right? You said that it could be 2 brand partners and 2 customers.
Absolutely.
They can split it.
So one must be a brand partner,
Yeah.
and the other ones can be customers or brand partners, right? So 4 brand partners or customers.
Yeah, and I think it's important to. Yeah, I think it's important to understand that they get it from getting ultimate organically as well, which is
Correct.
great.
Yeah, you get it from going ultimate, or you can get it like this in your first 8 weeks in the business. All right, so let's have a look. Go for gold. Gold status unlocks 3 generations of matching bonuses for life, and then the 4, 5, 6, and 7s needs base commission as well. Let's have a look how it works. Your first generation. So it doesn't matter where you place them. We're not talking about placements and where they're placed in your business. We're just talking about the people that you sponsored, your first generation that you sponsored, right? You're going to earn 15% of their base commission. Okay, so if their base commission is 1,000 PV, you're going to earn $1,000. You're going to earn 15% of their $1,000. If someone in your first generation earned $250 base commission, you're going to earn 15% of their $250. I see nodding, so I'm guessing that. And it doesn't matter. That's your personal sponsored person, first generation, but they could be 10 miles down your tree, right? They could be down your income position all the way over there, right? You're still going to earn 15% of their base commissions because that's your first generation. All right, your second generation, so the people that they've introduced, you're going to earn 10% of their base commissions. Your third generations, you're going to earn 5% of their base commissions. So I introduced Louise, I'm getting 15% of that. Amazing. Louise introduces Vanessa. Well, I'm getting 10% of Vanessa's base commissions. Then Vanessa introduces Cheryl. Now I'm getting paid 5% of Cheryl's, right? So when you're building your team and you're working with your people and you're chasing that, you know, that volume, which is what we're chasing here, when everybody's chasing volume, everyone's getting paid base commissions, everyone's winning in matching bonuses. All right. 4th generation, you have to have gold status like everything else, but you need to have $500 USD in base commissions yourself to then earn on 4th generation, right? To earn on 5th generation, you need $1,000 in base commissions and gold. Can you please explain getting ultimate organically? I'm sitting at elite. Can I still go ultimate now? My first 8 weeks have finished. Okay, so you have, who is this? Vanessa Berry. Vanessa, you had your first 4 weeks to go ultimate and your first 8 weeks to go gold. Now, if you've stopped at elite, so that's your business level. What I might do, Vanessa, is do you want to message, send Sarah Neve a message and let's have a chat. All right. But you have, when she said going gold organically, basically means when you go ultimate, we give you gold status. When you're ultimate, you get gold status, right? If you didn't get ultimate, you may have still got gold status in your first 8 weeks if you did the 200 PV from 4 brand partners or customers. Right? So 2 ways to get.
Jen.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Just I think it's important that the teams understand. So
Mhm.
match bonus says exactly what Jen said before. So 15, 10, 5, all the way down to the 7th generation. But when you go gold, it doubles. So you get match bonus, but gold doubles this. So it's 30%, it's 20%, it's 10%. It's like it doubles it for them.
No, it doesn't, Annika. Sorry.
If that's what James had told us. If we're going gold, match bonus is match bonus, right?
So you don't get paid matching bonus unless you're gold. It does not double. This is where it sits. So when you are gold, you earn matching bonus, right? And it is 15% for your first generation, 10% for your second, and 5% for your third. But you must be gold status to earn matching bonus.
That's not what James had trains us. Okay, that's good to know.
Sarah, can you write that down? And we'll have a look into that, Annika, and I will get back to you. And maybe we'll have a chat. However, I do know.
Yeah, because James has gone through our comp plan trainings a few times, so that's
Canada.
That's important to know.
Is James Canada?
He's USA.
USA. Okay, I was going to say this is different for Canada. Okay, so in our compensation plan, you must be gold status to earn matching bonus at all, right? And you earn, and it doesn't double. But we're going to look into that. Sarah's going to write that down, and I'm going to look into that, and I'll come back to you, Annika.
Okay, thanks, honey.
All right, all good, all good. All right, so let's have some examples of how the, oh, by the way, let's go. 5th generation, 1,000 in base commissions, must be gold status. 6th generation, gold status and optimized 1 income position. And then to get paid on your 7th generation, you need gold status and 2 income positions optimized. Okay, let's have a look how it works. This is me here. These are my brand partners. All right, so if we've got, and BC means base commissions. So if we've got $5,000 in base commissions, my 3 first generation brand partners have $5,000 in base commissions. I'm going to get paid 15% of that. So I'm going to get paid $750. Okay. My 2nd generation, their base commissions are $3,000. I'm going to get paid 10% of that, $300, and so on and so forth. So I've got 3,000, 2,500, 1,000. The next generation here is my 5th generation. They did 750 in base commissions, and so on and so forth. I am matching their base commissions. This is where you're going to see big amounts of money coming into your business. So that is a total for me extra of $1,560 per week. Matching bonus is paid per week, right? Because I'm earning 15% of this, 10% of this. Vanessa's question. Vanessa, you need to go ultimate within your first 4 Fridays or wait until the next time they do a run. What's a run? So when you start the business, you have your first 4 Fridays to go ultimate, right? From the day you join your first 4 Fridays, once you locked in that business level, that's locked in. We did recently do a level up promotion, and they may happen. So you get an extra opportunity to level up. However, that one is, yeah, they do a reset. What Annika's saying is that every now and then we just opened up a level up. Every now and then we do promotions like that. They're not guaranteed. They're not set in stone, and we don't have specific dates that we do those. Okay. We just recently ran one, which was awesome. It was actually really successful. And we, you know, it's the plan to continue to do them. We want you to benefit as much as possible. And when we do the next one, it's okay, Tracy. When we do the next, I still use like my previous business, like previous business. I still use their terms all like I'm calling you people consultants at this point. Like I'm still using all those terms as well. Cheryl Brown knows my terms. Okay, so yeah, every now and then we will do level up promotions to give you the opportunity, but we're talking about where you are in your business right now. So this is your matching bonuses. All right. So does this all make sense? Matching bonus is now I'm going to check on the message that James gave on matching bonuses and gold. And I will come back to Annika, but I'm very confident that what I've told you is correct. Once you have gold status, you can start playing in the matching bonus pool. Okay. Okay. Business rewards. Now this is amazing, and it needs to be, I want to train you guys on lifestyle credits because it's actually phenomenal. Now, who has looked in their back office and seen the lifestyle credits they have at the moment? I was going to say, I'm seeing people that are nodding and like nodding really big. All right. So, and I was going through lifestyle credits and I was seeing the way we earn them. I'm training on it at the moment. The way you earn lifestyle credits is phenomenal. You earn it from growth. You earn it from new volume. You earn it from your volume that you purchase for your first 6 months in the business, right? You earn it from leveling up a title. You earn it from maintaining a title. You earn lifestyle credits for so much, right? I do a lifestyle credit training with you guys because it's really important to know how you earn these credits, because this is how you go on these amazing trips. But business rewards are part of your compensation plan. So you're going to get rewarded beyond commissions and bonuses, and you're going to earn business credits for participating in activities like growing your pay line, personally sponsoring people, title advancing, and all of that amazing stuff that we earn lifestyle credits for and that we get to use to go on amazing trips. So these are the 9 ways that you get paid in the business.